Hey, okay. Hoyo. I'm going to I'm gonna extrude in here a bit for the mouth. So I'm just gonna grab the border edge, Control E for extrude. You know what can be helpful here? Actually, let me undo back. What I like to do sometimes, just hard to see what's going on. So I'm just gonna grab the faces on the front of the head here, something like that, and then I'm gonna isolate. So it should work, I think. So there's an isolation. We normally use this when we are using the mesh cleanup and we want to find the edges and verts that Maya finds. It's part of that process. That's where we've used it before. But what's nice about this is that, now we can see inside the head. Sometimes I delete half the head, but it's a bit weird when you're trying to extrude over the midline. So that's why I just isolated here. I'm going to go Control E. You almost always want to push it to start in the blue arrow direction, but I think I don't want to do that yet. I want to hit W, and I want to give the lips a bit of thickness. So that's going to be, squared off top. Again, we don't want to have, where we're changing direction, you want to have a minimum of 3 edge loops, so 2, 3, whatever. So let's say 3. So I'm going to want to change direction across here. I'm going to want to have a midline maybe. And then I'm going to extrude again, Control E, W for the move tool. So there's the thickness for my lips, which gives me this line that I can use to kind of shape it. And now I'm ready to tuck it up and under. So again, Control E. And this time I'm just going to pull it down. Oops, push it up. So it's going to grow. And so let's just go into the move, and then you can bend it slightly so it's not absolutely perfectly straight up. And I think that's going to be okay. I'm going to leave that like that. We do want a mouth bag, but they are a massive pain to model. So I'm not going to. I'm going to stop here. This is enough. This is the detail. I can shape the lips and I can do what I need to do with this. Okay, so you convinced me one more time. So for this one, unfortunately, see if we pull with the blue, we're going to do that. So now I have to hit R, and I just want to scale it up and scale it up. So that's going to give me another row, which is fine. And now I'm definitely good enough here. I have enough to shape the lips and maybe even just the back of the lips where they touch the teeth. It's pretty thick across there, right? So we may have to shrink that in or whatever, but not bad. All right, so there's the lips. That's good enough. Nostrils, I think one more up. So for this one, I'm just going to do, can I do both of these at the same time? Let's see what happens. Control E. I'm going to just do that just to tuck it under. Go a bit further. Oops, not that further, this further. Yep, and then I'm going to hit W and just drag them straight up. So that's just going to give me a little turnaround. It really depends on how high the camera is going to go. Meaning, if you're going to fly the camera in here and look at the noses, typical thing, nose hairs or whatever, then clearly we need to do something in there. But I think for 99% of the shots, that should be fine. If we do need to close it off, make it black or whatever, we can do that. Almost like we have a mouth bag, we might have a nostril bag. That's an easy thing to fix if we need to do that. I don't see that that's going to be too much of a problem. Later, we can even do that before we build the rig, or before we, if we're, pretending we're in the modeling department, and before we send it off to the TDs. then we can address that issue. I'm just growing my selection and just rotating these slightly down. And if we wanted to stretch them out a little bit, pull them up a little bit. All right. Anyway, good enough for the newses, and then the eyeballses. So I'll probably just do one and then remirror when I'm done. So same thing here. Control E. I'm going to pull the blue arrow first. And then one more. That's going to probably be it for the eyes. The eyes, because we have the eyeballs blocking the way, I think we're okay. And if we need to add a loop to shape something or whatever, we can still always do that. So yeah, I think we are set. So let me just isolate. Going to object mode, deleting the history that we've got. I'm going to remirror the geometry. I'm not going to look at the options. They should be set. Just always with the threshold 0.1, just to be safe. And there we have it. Fold it over, thicken the lips, the eyeballs, the nostrils, the ears are done. And, you know, there could be a bit of tweaking here with these double rows. So let me bring the head back and make it live. And then when we go in here for the relax brush, I'm going to delete the history. Shrink the size down a little bit and just kind of get this to spread out a little bit. Just to open that up a bit. And I didn't do the other side, so now I got to remirror. You know, typical. Forgot. So I could have put symmetry on, or I can just go and mirror it again. Mirror threshold 2.1. Delete the history. Okay, I think we're good. I might add a couple of loops around the eyes. I think. I'm just looking at, it's pretty sparse in here. I know we are going to add divisions, so maybe it'll be fine going into ZBrush and just adding a few divisions to this. The structure is there. Got the low point, the high point, the high point, the low point, you know, that kind of valley up down thing going on. So I think we're okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. Okay, head done. Cool. So just gonna save this as ear 2, and yeah, done. So I will when we come back, I guess we still have the hand to do. It's probably a good thing. I don't know if I'll take it to completion, like getting it all tweaked out and stuff, but I'll at least build a rough structure for the hand and then leave it up to you guys to decide how much detail or how much more tweaking you want to do on it. Okay, so next video will be the hand. I will see you there. Bye.